Let's do this. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Bruce Sees All Research Channel. Thank you so much for the amazing support, comments, liking the videos. Always greatly appreciated. We have some new information coming out as I do every time we do the streams while I try to get into the new space news of things that are going to be happening. And of course, they're militarizing space. It's what me and a lot of you probably did not want to see happen, right? It's supposed to be a peaceful domain space. The US declares wanting to be there to do experiments and testing of atmosphere and stuff, and nothing to do with military. But of course, Nick, how's it going, brother? I wonder, Bruce, with all them clouds covering the moon, it is pissing down on there like it is here. Great vids this week. I believe at 100. Thanks, Nick, for appreciating the vids, man. You guys get me always hyped when we talk about that. And yes, absolutely. The ones that are really awake are seeing exactly what's going on. And it's really scary shit that's going on right now. There's going to be another battle again for the moon, of course. And you know how you see that NASA never gets along with, not NASA. Hold on. The United States and China and Russia don't get along. But when they're doing something on the moon, they tend to have this timeline that they all follow. Like, no biggie. United States is going to South Pole. So is China. But they can't get along. There's another group, right? Another secret society or cult. Well, the ones ruling the earth, evil. They're all a part of it. So when China gets up there on the moon, Russia gets up there on the moon, if it happens, no one's going to know about anything because they're all one group, right? Coming from that agenda of the one world order. That's for sure. Yes, sir. Ed's Emporium. Nice to see you, brother. I hope everything's doing great in your end. Nick, thanks again, man. Hugh, how's it going, my friend? Thanks for coming back. Hey, Divine Sorcerer in the house. I suggest you guys please check out the Divine Sorcerer's channel. I appreciated your last video, bro. You know, I know a lot of people that are really open-minded, and people have all these suggestions and opinions about sorcery and about magic, and it's like it's so easy to label crap on people, and it really does piss me off. And Divine Sorcerer is looking for truth, and there are deep pronounced ways of doing this and of connecting with the other side, guys, in the paranormal world. And Divine Sorcerer is one that's doing so. I appreciate you, man, for being here, the support you're giving the channel. At the same time, I appreciate your videos. Hope one person from here today will head over to his channel to check it out. Not forcing anyone. I'm sure you won't feel forced once you get there, because we're all curious about what happens on the other side. We're all curious. How do you think they're able to manage evil right now? It's being done through sorcery and magic. So there are good sorcerers also in this world, and it's true. And if you tap on that sorcery, don't know why I'm bringing it up, but it's true. You can tap into the other side. Sure, people go, you must protect yourself. You can't go there. You can't go to the other side. God doesn't want you to go to no matter what people think of it, the ones that are winding up here on this channel are curious people. And that's what I'm all for. I'm all for curiosity. I left you a comment on that video that you showed. I loved it. It was very, very deep in trying to communicate with something on the other side, with a higher being. And at the same time, I mentioned that, like, I don't think I've ever mentioned it here because, people pass it off as sorcery. But when I was playing around in my 20-year-old time period, and I started, because it was dark in the house, I had two white candles and a red candle. So it just so happens, all my candles, ever since I've been young, I let them all burn together to make a nice sort of plate of all this candle. It looks so sort of gothic if you want, right? No biggie. But playing around with that and talking about Christ's blood at that time when I did that, it was no seance and it was no sorcery that was being done. It's just three dickhead guys, like we always do when guys are together having a little beer, having a lot of fun. And I had mentioned that I was faster than my shadow, and I said, geez, that looks like blood, just a red candle dripping on a thing. And then I said, it looks like the blood of Christ. And then the guys went, woof. And then we saw the shadow move. So is there another side? And is there a way to get to the other side to do like the legal or illegal, no matter how you look at it, spiritual wise, it's possible to communicate with the other side. On my half, on my behalf, on my end, it happened to me the other way. It's something from the other side opened a portal and reached me, and not me trying to get to the other side, So interesting. I wanted to start off with that. Divine Sorcerer, I really appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your videos too, man. And hopefully other people will check that out. Really appreciate it. Christopher P. Anderson, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Yeah, I get those days a lot. A lot of days like that. Hello, Darla. There's so many things going on in space that they're not talking to us about. Donnie Foster, thanks, Darla. Donnie Foster's in the house. Moon looks pretty crazy last night. I did not see the moon. I haven't seen the moon now with what was going on with Hurricane Ian. My God, I hope people in Florida are okay. This was the worst storm that they've ever seen. Usually, those who don't know, the storms they break down before going through that area, or they go through that area but are not strong. They've never seen this much of an impact on it. And I heard that there were some deaths also. That's always sad to find out, even if there's only one death, unfortunately, but there's more than that. It was up into the 100, or not far from there. Fort Myers, a lot of people that don't know Florida learned all about it watching what was going on. Is it Fort Myers? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I don't know. I'm not living there. But Fort Myers, Naples, just pummeled. There's Punta Gorda was absolutely drenched. Sanibel, a whole bunch of regions there. I watched it on this guy called Severe Studios YouTube channel. Capital S, Severe Studios. And I went there, and this guy, a meteorologist himself, really on television now, as his YouTube channel, set up a bunch of expensive cameras on a whole bunch of trees. One set up around 10, 12 feet. And in Fort Myers, 12 feet up into the tree, we could see the water juggling up over the camera. So, geez, they got a lot of water. There's still water falling down now. And Hurricane Ian, they're saying, have you noticed? It hasn't ended. It's brought back up to category 1. Don't ask me when. I saw this morning. It could be last night this happened. And I heard it's on its way, something like California. So they're worried about that there. But they're more aggressive each year, right? I'm not going to say like Don Lemon said on CNN, trying to say that, it's getting worse because of climate change. But in reality, it is getting worse. Every year, there's more hurricanes. They're unpredictable. And it was very sad seeing that in Florida, especially that, it's always sad, even if you don't know the people or the area, but it's even sadder when you know a lot of people from there, because I know a lot of people here are living in Florida, from Bull Bannon to a whole bunch of people. I hope you're all okay this morning. I'm expecting a couple of people from Florida probably be missing on the internet, and hopefully not missing on the planet, because it was pretty harsh. The winds really pick up in the hurricanes. And when I had last seen it, I think it was 165 or 170 miles per hour. Like when we get 100-kilometer-hour winds here, 110-kilometer-hour winds, it's pretty severe, and it takes down shingles, roofs, and it takes out fences and everything. So when here in Canada, when we're hearing you guys get speeds of 170 miles an hour, we know exactly how dangerous that can be. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I do hope everyone is okay. If it's just that you're all flooded and stuff and you're all alive, well, thank God that you are. Elias, thanks, bro. Thanks again, Divine Sorcerer. Darla Z-Spin, thanks for being members, you guys. Tonight's stream, I'm going to come to use, I won't be using the StreamYard. I'm going to try to be using the regular YouTube to do the streaming, so that I can adjust and fix with the wrenches, because here I have no power over it here, because the features and functioning do not work when you're on StreamYard or OBS. With the YouTube, there's certain things that disappear. Breaking Mad, you need to get out of your ugly mother's basement. It's sad to see virgin. I'm not a virgin, and I love being in my mom's basement. Soup, I could smell it. Breaking Mad. Jeez. You better not be fucking around here because I'll block your ass, buddy. Let's not take a chance and block him. Let's move right along. Oh, already blocked. Well, look at that. I have some caring, loving mods. Didn't even have time to bother Bruce. My goodness. Thank you so much, mods, for your efficacy, for your speed, your love, and your care to this channel. We really are one big family here. Can't help but mention that we are a mixed family of many cultures, colors, different religions. And I got people here, Buddhists, from Buddhists to Christians to Muslims, that come here and can still interact and communicate with me without us fighting about religion. Religion is there to make us fight, actually. A lot of good use with religion, but in reality, a lot of people are sort of controlled by those associations. God wants you to pray in your closet, hiding, even better, instead of going to church. Now, Bruce isn't blaming people for going to church. It's the best people in the world that gather at church on a Sunday. Are you kidding me? To talk about God and everything? But there's a lot of people that are wise when they go to church and they know what's going on, and some people don't because they're so indoctrinated with everything. It's really sad to see. Nord Stream, you see what's going on with that? It's the states that did it because Biden mentioned it. Yeah, well, wouldn't be surprised if it was Putin himself that did it. And of course, that's what the FBI are saying. So very sad that we're just sitting here waiting, listening to them fight and what's going on. I'm telling you, they're militarizing space. Everything that Russia and the United States of America are doing in space, including private astronauts like Jared. Did you know that there are private astronauts out there? Also, a private association very soon on its way to, I think it's Venus, to look for life on Venus. And it's going to be a private institution or a space association that's going to do this. Look it up. It's really interesting. There's lots of news coming out about a whole bunch of things. But I am happy to see a troll here because it's been a little while. It's been a couple of weeks. And of course, if Bruce gets as much as 1,000 more views than he should be getting, they'll be present. That's what happens when they come by. And again, I'm just sharing this with a smile. Instead of saying Bruce is raging this morning with my beautiful smile. That's how it is. We have Dr. E. Vales. Thank you very much for coming here. Love the name. Thanks, you guys. Again, Donnie, thanks a lot. Really appreciate you guys. Lila is in the house. Coucou. Au vôtre ainsi qu'aux abonnés. Ben, merci beaucoup, Lila. T'es super gentil. Merci pour le partage de vidéos live en direct dédiées à l'ufologie. Ça me fait plaisir. Puis j'espère de te voir demain, samedi. On va parler d'à peu près des mêmes choses que j'ai touchées ici. Puis on va tout parler de ça ensemble. Même si, even though I'm a loser. That's okay. I lose at many things. Sure. I'm a good Monopoly player. Mr. Peter Benton singing about trolls. The part of my life, and I would never let them go. No. Hey, trolls. Been a part of my life, and I never really let them go. I've even made songs about trolls on my music channel with, by the way, thank you very much, Mr. Peter Benton. I had a lot of fun with some of the trolls. And the sad part is that it's all the same people coming and doing all that. So they have other little channels and names. And the worst of it, everyone is here to be able to show what they want about the moon. I brought up theories that were different than the theories that were presented here. And people also said, sometimes people come by and say, Bruce, you're just repeating what the Anunnaki said. That really made me happy because when I started this, I didn't start it after having watched movies. Nothing wrong with it, but that's what everybody's doing. Star Wars movies, they're talking about, sometimes I catch something and they say, Bruce, that's a DEF CON. And they're like, wait, listen, people are mixing up movies with reality. In reality. And I think that the truth about space, what they showed in Star Wars is only touching the point. of what exactly is going on there in space. There's a battle coming in space. Is it going to be done in space, or is it being done right now on the surface of Earth? A lot of people don't realize this. They just mentioned the UFO report. Peter, thanks again, man. They just mentioned the UFO report, 2 UFO reports after over 50 years of waiting for the last report, which was Roswell. Now they're talking about, oh, well, we want to capture one of these lights. Don't forget, they mentioned this was the first UFO report. We have to, or second, we have to capture one of those UFO lights in the sky. We have to see what type of energy is being used. They want to follow them with the satellites, which they already admitted that that's why they have satellites up around Earth. Probably 2 or 3 satellites looking at weather, and the rest are all filming UFOs going. Obviously, this is just me adding this in here, probably to and from the moon, because we're seeing lights on the surface of the moon. Why is it that they want to hide that so much? Maybe that's why they're going there, to try to have some type of battle or war with the people that are already, there. So thanks, Breaking Mad. Divine Sorcerer, thanks, man. All much love you, brother. I appreciate the work you do as well. Much blessings, brother. Hey, blessings to you too, man. Force with you, bro. I love you, man. And I really appreciate you connecting. And at the time you had connected, I had just mentioned that week, actually, for the first time, the Divine Sorcerer. I had just started putting, I started putting in the keywords of my videos, paranormal research, because I never did before. It was always UFOs, space research, ufology. And a lot of people, when they make the videos, they don't do that. They try to, they'll put as keywords, CIA, FBI, NASA. I tried that at the beginning, and my videos got 0 views. So I said, I'm going to stop using the keywords, the Pentagon. It's not a video from the Pentagon. It's just my own research. So sometimes I can add declassified UFOs, or classified UFO research to try to help, but it usually never does. Hey, man, thanks so much. Oh, yes, the acapella. I hope you blared that through the apartment or wherever you were. I can sing again. I can send you some videos of me singing if you like. Thanks, man. I love you, bro. Amazing support to the channel. And of course, the extras, man. Being a member, contributions. If you're all, I get a lot of people say, Bruce, I can't contribute. I'm not rich. I'd like to help you anyways. If you're here, you're helping the channel 100%. 100%. And all of your feedback is really greatly appreciated. Lila, merci encore. It's amazingly appreciated. And the thing is that I want you all to know is you don't have to have Bruce's opinion. A lot of people ask me about flat earth. Bruce, you don't talk much about flat earth. Ask away. Ask what I think of flat earth or anything. I'm open-minded enough to believe in curvature and to believe that earth is not round. So I believe in both theories in reality without necessarily investing so much time into it. Kimberly LaBelle, thank you very much for being here. Wow, you guys. Niwalana Ibrahim, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm assuming that the D is silent. And good vibes, always following. Thank you very much. Learned a lot from this channel. Thank you very much, my friend. And thanks for being here. Like I said, you guys, no matter where you are on this globe, no matter what culture or color you have or religion, you are always welcome here to comment. Any religion is always welcome here to comment. Just what happens often is there's fighting, but I like the debating. Debating is not fighting in reality. People can debate. You can disagree with me. You can leave opinions saying, I totally disagree with what you're saying. I do get a lot of people that actually say that. Some, maybe not a lot, but quite a few. Sometimes they'll say, Bruce, I love your work, but I don't agree with that theory. But that's okay, because maybe my theories are wrong, and that's the beautiful thing, is that everyone's allowed their freedom of speech and their own opinions. It doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just filming. I know I'm right about there being something on the moon, but thanks a lot, Kimberly. Thanks, Darla. Thanks, mods. Chuck's Gold, we are the higher being. I like that question too. I think of that a lot, and I actually think that it's a possibility, Chuck's Gold, when we start to act like it. Yeah, I like that. I like what you're saying. I think it's possible that we are the higher beings that are doing all the abducting and experimenting and going from planet to planet to colonize the planets. It's the stories are often turned around. So maybe it's not the fact that the aliens are so advanced. Maybe it's the fact that the humans are very advanced and aliens are just a kind, primitive, you know, lots of beings that come into consideration. So talk about reptilians, they talk about the grays. Do we know any of them exist? I can't confirm it. That's for sure. I mean, that if they exist are definitely created deliberately as hybrids to do work without any emotions. Matter of fact, they don't even have any pants. So I don't think that's something that was born, right? They don't even have any supposedly genitals. But I had a problem with that because on Roswell, the autopsy of Roswell, when you're looking at that video, you actually do see that it looks like a female. You can see genitals. I saw a slit, maybe even a little pubic line of hair. Get it? I'm serious. If it's real, we see that. There's talk of them having 4 fingers and 3 fingers. How about 6 fingers? They have more fingers than us. If it's real, again, they show in the autopsy of Roswell, whether it be real or not, because that's the thing. I don't base this research on what Roswell showed in a video. We don't know if it's true or not. That's often why I don't talk a lot about the beings, right? There's mythology. There's lots of, they talk about certain gods and stuff. I don't necessarily bring them up. I love talking about them, but I'm not going to stay stuck and say on one thing and tell everybody, well, it's, you know, it's the Anunnaki and there's no one else. And, you know, and that happened and that happened. We weren't given the real truth in the Bible itself. It's been translated so many times in different languages by people we don't get along with. So I believe that the translation, when somebody spoke about the Bible, they're going to speak and try to protect their own belief systems. That's why you have to appreciate atheists or people that are not religious. They still believe in something, but and I'm not even that. I can't even say I'm an atheist. I'm between a whole bunch of different levels. I'm like in this fight with the genders when people saying I'm he, she, he. No, it's just there's so many different levels of understanding about alien beings. Not everyone's on the same level. I have people way over my level, and I have people way under my level that I interact with. And when I say under a level, it's that they don't know a lot about some of the things that people said about aliens. And I think that is a good thing, because if not, you know, it's hard not to fall in love with the Anunnaki story. It's hard not to believe what's written in the Bible. But if we didn't have any of that information around and we were only just sitting here talking about the possibilities of things, well, everything that atheists bring up would probably be on the table. Just people talking about, you know, we die and we wind up as dust. Okay. Well, how do we get here? You know, there's often people give their opinions, but nobody has the whole story. And often the reason why we believe certain things, it's only because of a basic intuition that we have. I do believe to follow your intuition, but sometimes maybe the intuition can be off. But we have to follow the intuition. I get it. Static Bat, thank you very much for being here. Julie, you're alive. Yeah, I was looking. Hopefully, I got some feedback from you and Floyd that said, Floyd told me, he goes, we should be clear and we'll just get some wind and rain. You probably got a lot of wind and rain now. Really sad about what happened to Florida. That was pretty rough, and it's not something that was expected at all. It's like this hasn't been seen in over 100 years in that area. And obviously the last time it happened, Florida wasn't even there. You know, the land was, but probably not even, you know. Well, yeah, 1776. Yeah, it was there. Still there quite a while. We're at the beginning of the foundings of our country. I looked up just the other day when, you know, when is Canada founded? And you look it up, and when's the States founded? We were late behind America, maybe 15, 20 years, but you could see the difference in what's going on. Oh my gosh. They're talking about slavery. Don't worry. It's not going to be up on the subject here. The world's not ready to understand what's going on, but they are digging deep and understanding the roots of slavery. I get a little tickled and excited because it looks like there is some type of revelation where somebody really is trying to bring out some information from a long time ago. Think of it. There's thousands of years to be able to divulge and to share and to decipher, but they're only backing us up a couple of years. Or back us up 50 years, 200 years, 300 years, maybe not even. Dome Stick, good evening to you. Thanks, you guys. Thanks again, Julie. From sunny Florida, everyone. That's good to hear. Sunny Florida. So Ian's back up, Julie. It's still going strong-ish. I think category 1 as of this morning or last night, and headed towards California, I guess. Didn't hear what if Jacksonville was hit pretty hard. I just watched the hurricane for a whole day. And yesterday I watched only news. I was a bit more worried about other things. Yesterday was a big news day, trying to find out what's happening with the nuclear war, what's happening with Nord Stream. We can expect probably electricity will be off for many people. And yet here Sweden just opened a new pipeline. So you know what's happening? The ones that do not want to be with the Davos and with the World Economic Forum, NATO, you got to look all those things up. NATO, they all have different opinions and shit's going on. Russia now signing a document confirming that 4 new regions are now part of Russia, and people in Ukraine will be transferring over to being Russian. It's like, what the hell's going on? And then the other side saying it's not true. So our big problem here is the media that's always been lying to us. We have almost no way of knowing what's going on unless, well, we follow whistleblowers and we start doing our own little whistleblowing research. It's not too long. Once you get into the researching, you'll see that everything they're telling us is the opposite. We're living in a scientific and medical technocracy. That's what's going on. Medicine and science has taken over the governments themselves. So where are the FBI and the CIA and that, and the NSA and the Defense Department and the Space Force and NASA and every branch of the military, of defense or not, in the States? What are they doing? They're politicizing everything. Space is being militarized and everything's being politicized. Did I say that right? It's true. That's exactly what's going on. When the real rulers of Earth eventually return, what do you think? I love that question too. What do you think will happen to the elites that they put in charge when they find we have won? They will probably force the elites to allow us to rule. In other words, I think that's a good question, man. I think we all know that the elites right now have indoctrinated everyone, and they've infiltrated into the governments, whoever that group of people, culture, religion are, and they're there ruling everything. Really smart, because they're doing it in a way where they're not showing their flags or emblems or insignia. They're doing it infiltrating the governments and the cabinets, like here in Canada, that Klaus Schwab has admitted. Once infiltrated, they start giving out orders, and it's Canadian rulers that are turning around telling the Canadian people what to do, when in reality there's a lot of fighting in the House of Commons. We have the politicians. It's never been this big of a fight everywhere now, right? The Republicans, Democrats, United States, it's the same but different, but the same in Canada and on the other side. Same thing here. We just had a major change now. Pierre Poilievre for the Conservative Party, which I'd never vote Conservative, but now it's going to be a must. When I don't vote, don't worry about it. But the people that are going to be voting, going to want. I don't buy into that bullshit. I'm not going to. The only reason why I used to go vote is when I used to work to get a day off or an hour off. And I wouldn't go vote. I'd just go for an ice cream cone or something like that. Sorry, Debbie. But that's what I did. It's indoctrination. It's a control of people. And good news, guys. Evil's here and good is here. And we're at a tie. We're at a tie. Got some, good people are getting sad and tired and dying, but we're still right there. The elites are much more afraid of us. They are horrified of us. They have to take control of the military and take control of medicine so that they can have control over us. But once the military and police start disagreeing with what's going on, I believe the revolution I see myself walking side by side with politicians, people from Congress, and everything really, really exposes the elites. And people turn around and point to them and say, fuck this shit. Excuse the expression. But I think that's what's going to have to happen. All this pressing people to be careful. We must be peaceful. We must be peaceful. Yes, be peaceful, but don't be stupid and wake up when someone's pushing a little too much. Like in the Bible, when they say turn the cheek, they don't say to turn it twice, do they? 3 times, 4 times? No. Turn it once. I'll turn it twice, but I ain't going to turn my cheek 3 times. They keep smacking us. At one point, they're going to get smacked back. We run them. We are just so naive at what's going on, and we're saying, and at the same time, it's understandable. We got jobs, we have families, we have children, we have no time to do anything like go out and protest because we don't want any dangers for our family and stuff. But that was planned. That's what they planned to make us do, so that we wouldn't be able to stand up. I remember myself, my kid was here and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna get caught, protesting and then go to jail and have my kid get taken away from me and stuff, years back. But that's how it is. A lot of people. I don't feel that I'm a better person either, disagreeing with the government and telling people we have to stand up when I'm not standing up myself. I'm not going to hide it, but that's what basically everyone's doing, right? Scott Lee, hello to you, man. Yes. Thanks a lot, Scott Lee. Christopher Rollins, hello, man. In the house. You guys rock. Ed's Emporium's in the house. David, how's it going, man? Chuck's goal. That's a good one. Thank you very much, David. Can't reach for what's not ours. Smart guy. I agree with that. Makes sense. It's like we don't have to yell. Remember at the beginning when we tried to explain this to people? Big, long paragraphs. Now it's like, can't reach for what's not ours. That's basically the truth. And that's what they want to do. They want to reach for the stars. They want to become gods. They think they're going to get up to God's door, knock on his palace, and he's going to have to give them the keys. It's not going to happen. They're going to be able to stop us many dimensions from heaven, for sure. How many dimensions are between us and heaven, if heaven even exists? We may never know. Ben, merci beaucoup, les là. Oui, ça, c'est Darla Lama qui a peinturé celle-là et un autre que j'ai de l'autre côté. Puis ça, c'est Simon de CE5 Circle, la chaîne, qui m'a envoyé ça, un sketch qu'il a fait lui-même. J'ai des personnes talentueuses qui suivent la chaîne. I am Kai's in the house. Yeah, same here, man. I was thinking of Julie and Floyd and a lot of people in Florida. I hope Bobana, everything was okay. I didn't get any information back from them, I don't think yet. I am sort of a little concerned. Leah, hello. Thanks, you guys. I hear you, man. We're on the same wavelength, brother. That's what happened to me, is they did reach out. Well, for no matter what the reason, the ones that reach out to me were sort of like babysitters, trying to help my emotions and understand why my father had been taken away. And I was okay by, I think, a couple of weeks after, I was already telling my mom, don't worry, he's going to come back. Just, don't worry about it. So what? But whether it was a protection that I did myself in my imagination, I don't think so. I actually feel someone was here sending me messages, telling me he was okay, especially that I was going to be okay. Felt like a fatherly figure speaking to me. So Mix Mayhem in the house. Greetings. Thanks so much, you guys. Ok, oui, puis c'est là qu'ils vont être, les là, dans le Pacifique du Sud. Il va y avoir beaucoup d'activités qui vont arriver là. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Benton. Yes, sir. That's exactly right. I'm sorry about that. I'm saying, well, yes, obviously, California. They did say it was going towards California, but I guess first South Carolina. Hopefully, I mean, Category 1 is pretty serious. Even when they said it was a bloody tropical storm, Scott, okay, I think the speeds were like 80, 90 miles an hour, the winds. That's a friggin' dangerous wind speed. People can still die in tropical storms, for sure there. Because when we get 100 and 110 kilometers here, it's pretty much already drastically high, and we see everything flying up here. When we get to those speeds, it's definitely dangerous. Gate Smasher, thank you so much, man. I will get some bacon. You're damn right I'll get some bacon. I ain't ever going to stop eating my bacon. Why do I use a southern accent for that? I don't know. Thanks a lot, you guys. Stephen J. Ford in the house. Flights of the Icarus. Right of, I'm not going to get it right. Flight of the Icarus. Jesus, Murph. I shouldn't have even touched your comment. Sorry, Stephen. I ruined that one. Tony D in the house. Thanks, you guys. Manny John's Barbecue. Hello. Thanks for being here. I just said that like Super Dave. Must be thinking of me. Probably, maybe even here. Our friend Super Dave. God is physical that we alone can't understand. That's right. A lot of people, I mean, there's so many representations of God and what people think of God. A lot's happening in Africa, and actually nobody's talking about the UFOs that they even came very close due to the fact that we have low-tech gadgets. Unreal, eh? Yeah, that's what they do. They say low-tech gadgets, and then you see videos in Africa where it's beautiful, clean place with nice highways. And, like here in Canada, we have slums, we have anywhere. I think any country has an area where the country's not doing too good, which is just a normal thing. Of course, Africa and everything that they listen, Africa was left alone in doing everything, basically. And people went over there to steal their oil and whatnot, and gold, or to do mining, or to grow heroin or whatever. All these people should have a government there saving them and protecting them when you think of it. Joey D, thank you so much. Janine, comment ça va? Salut à toi. Jeff parlera de la Lune jeudi prochain lors du live paranormal et demande qu'on te transmette son invitation et tant que grand connaisseur de la Lune. Ah, ben c'est super cool. Moi, j'ai arrêté de faire des entrevues à cause de mon problème d'œil. C'est la seule raison pourquoi de ce temps-là que j'en fais pas trop d'entrevues. Puis en même temps, j'ai des petits projets que je suis en train de travailler dessus. Mais notre ami Jeff Benoit, je l'adore. Merci pour la transmission du message. Bruce, I just found you and the stuff you shoot is pretty convincing. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. I got some cool theories and some cool captures and footage that should really change people's heads, turn people's heads. So really appreciate all the time that you guys do to take a look at that. Yes, I have, Stephen. Yeah, you said that's another thing, Guy. We're all on different mental levels too of sanity, that's for sure. And what reality is based on each of our own perception. So we all live in a realistic world where we tend to have certain theories and certain things that we believe in to be able to make us continue going forward. Acceptance is lots of stuff that we have to do. Accept the differences of others, and it's not easy. I believe that 100%. The divine sorcerer, I really do believe it was for division, and at the same time to indoctrinate us to believe one particular thing, so that way they can change everything around us. But everyone is going to believe one thing, and everyone's just sitting there fighting about a book as the world around us is crumbling. In reality, open your eyes. That's what I say. Hey, thank you very much, Mr. Gababeast TV. How are you, my friend? I hope you are well, and all my friends in Florida, I hope you are all safe. Godspeed. Our prayers to you. Yeah, absolutely. Especially in Florida, because they really got hit hard. And a lot of people, had parents that wanted to bunker down. Some people did bunker down. Maybe some people could have, life-threatening situations, which is never cool. Especially Florida. It's like a piece of Quebec for us here, because a lot of people go to Florida. A lot of people from Quebec go down to Florida. A lot of Canadians go down there. And then that's why a lot of Quebecers around here know a lot about Florida. A sun kicked out a M plus class CME an hour or so ago. Thanks for letting me know that. And the sun looks really angry right now as we watch the moon, man. Thank you so much. I did. I looked. I went to see. There's a couple of spots facing Earth again now. Also, I will be filming it right after this. Every day, every chance I get, I try to go out and film it. And sometimes people, so that you don't get bored, I don't always plaster it every day. Sometimes I get it up on the members, but yeah, the sun is aggressive. But you just said the M plus class flare. I did not see that because I did not check the sun news this morning. But if I do, so right now, real quick on spaceweatherlive.com. Yep, solar wind is currently moderately high. Ooh, pretty high, actually, 554.1 kilometers per second as compared to the 3-ish. Disturbance storm time index predicts moderate storm conditions right now. The maximum X-ray flux on the past 2 hours, M2.97. A trans-equilateral coronal hole was detected in the Earth-facing position on Thursday. Really? That would be yesterday. So they said it. The two strong M-class solar flares, the last that we saw was the 16th. And now I guess right now a bit active more right now. So we see, yeah, maybe I'll get the sun after. We see some more spots there on Earth's side. It is getting pretty bad, that's for sure. Shiny future for us. Thank you so much for being here. Has to get scary to wake up the rest before we can move to the next level, my feeling. I think you're very smart to have said that. Shiny future for US or for us, both. But yeah, you said it. You said 1,000 words there. It's deliberate because of the scare tactics. That's what they do. They have to scare us so that we'll bend for them. Remember when they told us that if we didn't get vaxxed, that we're going to lose our kids? I mean, hell, it could even be our animals. Be careful. We had people not even want to go people's dogs and cats. Okay? We had people with OCD scrubbing down their dogs and cats, washing things. That's how it is. Like the person that doesn't like germs. Could you imagine how stressed out they were when the government says, 6 feet, you're safe. 5 feet, you die. 6 feet, no problem. Wear a mask on an airplane. Wear a mask on an airplane. Wear a mask on an airplane. Can I have the air conditioning on? Yeah, sure. What? It's filtering everyone's friggin' breath. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. Keep your masks on the plane. All right, we're eating now. Everyone mask off to eat. There we go. Oh, good thing it's safe while we're eating without our masks. Food flying all over the place. Mask was never a protection. So did you see what's trending on Twitter? Did you see what's trending on Twitter? Bring back masks. Do any of you believe that it's real people doing that? No, it's not. There's no human wanting to bring back masks. It's like, hey, we had a second world war. Let's have a third. I'm up for a third. Is anyone in with me? Hashtag let's do the third world war. So stupid. Twitter, government run, FBI run, most likely. Reason why Elon didn't want to buy it is because there were only bots there. I think there's more bots than there are real people on the platform. Just everyone agreeing with shit. Everything that you would never agree with, Twitter all agree with that. And they're like believing in it. Again, the fight this morning, somebody says, in Congress, can a biological man have a baby? Dr. Kumar from, I don't know, India, maybe, says, well, yes. And anyone that says that a biological man cannot is racist, even though it's impossible. Chromosomes. Woman, 2 chromosomes, XX, doesn't work. You can't become a woman, right? You become a guy with woman parts. You can't change. There's only 2. Anyways, I'll get into that. But I always have a good one with that. Talking about that one makes me laugh. Ukraine just signed speedy entry to NATO just now. Very scary stuff. And that's what Russia doesn't want them to sign into NATO. And this has been going on for over a year, right? Or since February, whenever the hell they started that. So when are they going to shut off the grid? Easy. Wintertime. October is here. October, November, December, that's when they'll be shutting stuff down. Why don't they shut down power grids in June? Because everybody lives. It's like a big party and everyone goes camping, right? But when you have cold regions around the world, mark my words, you're going to start seeing them shut down areas when it gets cold. And that's how, many people are going to lose their lives. European pipeline was right there and wasn't attacked. Very true. Absolutely. Yeah, very true. And then at the beginning, they were saying it was only the Nord Stream pipeline number 2 that was attacked. No, it was also the one. As a matter of fact, there are 3 leaks amongst the 2 pipelines. So when you look to see where that pipeline comes from, so it's NATO, it's Russia themselves possibly doing it, or could very well be the States doing it. But they're talking about the fact that Putin, they said it would not be advantageous for him since he has been using tactics. He's using that pipeline as a tactic to have control over the countries and stuff. So still people respecting Putin. I don't respect either side. I think they're both assholes. The people in Russia and the people in Ukraine are the good people. The people, all the people in those countries are just innocent bystanders of what's going on, right? There's propaganda there. There's propaganda here. We hear it all the time. For them to have tried to pass a law in the United States of America not being allowed to say that the election was rigged. Me as a Canadian here in Quebec in a French province, not being able to talk on my own personal page about what's going on in the States. People say, well, I don't care about the States. Don't worry about the States because they can't touch me here. I'm in another country. They're the leading country of the world. Leading country of the world has dibs on you. They can change anything in your own country. Basically, the States own Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken. And they're all there at war with Russia through the Ukrainian people, but it's still the States that are at war with Russia. So if that was signed this morning, boy, there's going to be a lot of crap coming up again. Thank you so much, Julie Stats. If you guys want to become a member, you can do so by clicking there, or each video has a join blue button and you can click from there. And I thank you all for the amazing support here. Thanks for the super chats, guys, and everything. Really an amazing supportive community that I can't thank you all enough. Josh, how's it going, man? I'm doing pretty good, man. I have to say I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Manny, that is a hell of a good question. And depending on what you want to do, I'll tell you fast enough. If you don't want to invest thousands of dollars, but you want to invest maybe $8,000 or just under 2,000, I would suggest a 4 to 6 inch scope. Depending on the company, there's a big difference in price. The difference in price will be a difference in the telescope. It doesn't mean the telescope's not good or it's not going to work. It's that the more you pay, the more you have. But a beginner scope, let's say you want to do stars. The first thing you have to decide, my brother, is that if you want a remote or not. Because without a remote, you're going to have a hard time lining up with the stars. My first Astro Master Celestron telescope, 70 millimeters, not inches, 70 millimeters. I was able to get the moon and to even get stars. But what was annoying is that you have to unlock it and then pull it out and then turn it, realign, and then push it and relock it. So as you're jumping around, when the star's in your frame, it's going left and right. You're best to have the GPS if you want to do stars and stuff like that. But hey, if you want to film the moon and you want to start off by that, you don't have to get a remote, but I do suggest it. Sturdy tripod and a remote to be able to move around. Because when you're filming with your telescope and you're looking at the moon, that moon's going to go by every minute and a half. And now every 50 seconds, because for some reason, the moon's going by faster. Last moon phase was really, really fast. But, you could buy a DSLR camera and put it up its ass and pay $250, $300. You don't have to pay 5,000 or something. I paid a lot for my D-Nikon D850, but to get yourself started, you could even use a solar imager. It's a couple of hundreds of dollars, but then you only have 5, 10 megapixels. Try to get something with maybe 30 megapixels. I don't have an exact double star. Thank you for being here. I don't have an exact recommendation for what exact telescope, but I would definitely look into Maksutov Cosgrane telescope by Celestron. They're a bit more expensive. Celestron is a bit more expensive, but I assure you, it works so bloody well. But some people have Meads here. I think Christopher Rollins. Some people have used a couple people here. Buy the Mead telescope. It's going to be a lot less expensive than Celestron, and it doesn't mean it's not a good telescope. It goes with opinions. It goes with the opinions, right? I have the HD on my telescope, and the goal is to get a camera with enough megapixels to be able to see some little details and stuff, and then you're set. I really don't have one type for you though, but as you progress, if you're really serious and you really do want to get one, feel free to continually share links with me or in the comment section. I heard this scope. There's a refractor telescope. There's Newtonian telescopes. There's different types of telescopes to do different things. That's easy enough to get informed about when you know which one you want, when you want to film the moon or film stars, or do both. I was like, I'm probably going to do both, but you need a remote. Remote really does help. Burn, hey, good day to you too, man. Thanks a lot. Thomas Valiant Thor is watching the live cast. That is greatly appreciated. Another amazing person. We talked about Valiant Thor not too long ago. The man from Venus who landed here and literally, hello, bring me to your leader, landed with a couple of other people and then would have left. And some people even say that they're still here. So there is a connection with the other planets. And you know what I think they're hiding? That there are humans on the planets. They're not hiding the gray aliens. They're hiding humans. Gray aliens could be a project that was done by humans themselves. We don't know. That's why all these things, it might never come out. We may never know. Thank you very much, Thomas. John Blight, European pipeline was right there and wasn't attacked. That's true. I just read that. Sorry. I raged already this morning, woke up in bed in a bad mood, I guess. Lol, again. That was me. Yesterday, I dropped coffee on my junk, and belly button and everything was just filled with coffee. And I scalded my stomach with a fresh cup of coffee when I sat down, and I just keeled it over onto me. It was like, so the boiling coffee was sitting in my pants and on my shirt. Grabbed the belt to take everything off. It was boiling, man. It was hot. That put me in a pissy mood. Looked outside, saw there was nothing in the sky. It was all gray, and I said, well, fuck that. That's today. Watching news today. Safe Space Cafe. Thanks so much, man, for being here. Nanu, Space Forest. Thank you. Safe Space Cafe. Whether you come from any country, especially if you're from Canada, and especially if you're in Quebec or Ottawa, do go out and check Safe Space Cafe. I get news from Trudeau on that channel that Trudeau doesn't show me. I've always gone to your channel, man, because I love your community. At the same time, he shows everything up to date, all the good stuff that's happening in the House of Commons, anything political, especially from all the way down when there was the Ottawa protests and everything. He was doing all these videos and stuff. So greatly appreciate your channel, man. Safe Space Cafe. And he always takes the time to come by and say hi to me, like I do on his live stream. You have an amazing channel, man. I will love watching it, man. Thanks so much for stopping by. Elroy shredding in the house. See, that is where I'm at, Elroy shredding. Thank you very much. And if you guys want some shredding done, head over to Elroy shredding. No, listen, I'm where you're at. I don't know if they're here because of World War III and they're going to try to stop it. It's what I'm hoping. Or are they actually here starting World War III, And then if so, it makes you wonder, well, could there be other aliens, right, that are not so good. Maybe there are good and bad aliens, like we have good and bad different races and cultures here. I don't think the races are good and bad. I think everyone inside every culture has a good and bad intentions, and it has nothing to do with the cultures. It has to do with you as a person. And if you as a person are a terrorist, or if you're terrorizing the world, I'm going to judge you because of your color. If a lot of people start doing the same thing you're doing and they all have your same color, don't wonder why people are going to start saying, well, that group of people are, that's how we are. We're really judgmental here. Really, really judgmental. It's always been. Beth in the house. I did not see Beth. Thank you very much. Josh says trolls will grow on. All they do is blow, blow, blow. Yes, that's all they do. And they get mad. And you could tell how mad they get when, it's like they're not going to take the time to say that my work is fake, or that what I'm doing wrong. It's going to come and call me a big fat fucking loser. Sorry for the expression, but that's what they do. That's what they do. Loser. Capital letters too. It has to be capital letters. They want to be seen. If there was audio on comments, the trolls would be continually commenting explosions on my channel, try to get people to understand. Then the trolls at one point said, I can't get over how stupid his community is for being there listening to this fat piece of shit. Boy, they really bombarded me. At one point, I even started laughing at the trolls, saying, careful, if I lose my weight, I'm going to start doing streams with my shirt off, playing my guitar. Girls are going to like that so much. Just, I have fun with it. That's how I see it, because I'm not mad at the trolls for being mad at me. If I was mad at a troll for coming here being mad at me, when in reality it's an easy way to get back at someone with a channel. The same way an ex-girlfriend goes on your Facebook page to try to reach your ex-girlfriend for some reason, to tell her that you're a piece of shit. And that's what people can do. Hey, comment sections are really cool. You can start any lie in the comment section. One person said, Bruce, I contributed, and why did you tell my daughter off like that after I gave you $100? It's like, I don't even know these people. And it happens all the time when they come to the channel and they try to, it's all part of the research. Everybody has trolls. And no matter who's going to be the most popular or get the most attention on YouTube, most likely there's going to be trolls there trying to push their way on the channel. And it just makes me laugh. Thank you very much. Bruce, please only drink cold coffee from now on. Yes, I know you're tired of me heating it up. Well, here we go. First sip of cold coffee. I prefer a cold tea, but Lisa B, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being a member too. You guys rock. Hello, Beth. Good thing Kai said hello. I did not see her yet. Sarcastic Storage Stacker. Thank you very much for being here. Hello, Bruce. The world is going to turn to the side of light soon, my man. I believe it, bro. The threat of World War III will be the last tactic to wake up the masses. You said it. Think Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know about that, And listen, I know a lot of people even here in Canada and in the States from Venezuela and Cuba and everything that happened. That was one hell of a story. But that's what we continually live through these times over and over again. Lisa B, Peter, everybody, thanks. Kai, Floyd, thanks for being here. Thanks for the contributions. Thanks again, Peter. There's Beth. Biden has have the best advice, telling the folks in Florida in the party of the hurricane to get V'd. Are they ever moronic? Isn't it horrible? I also saw somebody else, the Democrats on the left, the leftists, like the deep lefts, turning around saying to the people, the Floridians, you better know who's going to save you. It's the federal going to save you and invest money to save you people. So you should appreciate them. All you MAGA people there in Florida, it's sad. So there's always been elections. There's always been two sides for many hundreds of years, right? And now, for some reason, the Democrats on the left and the government's decided that they're going to label everyone as domestic terrorists. They're going to say anyone that was with the MAGA or implying it. And then we see the ignorant groups like BLM, Oh my God, how pathetic is that? If you own a BLM flag, you should be burnt. It has nothing to do with saving lives. And don't forget, the BLM people do not accept when you write all lives matter. Fuck that. Black lives matter. And it has nothing to do with the black people. Sure, there's some black people in that group, but it's not the mentality of the black people. We saw that really quickly when the black people stood up and said, listen, freedom is what we want. Okay. BLM, all that money that they raised, they're Marxists. A Marxist raises money, uses the deception and the troubles of others to make a story out, to develop a way to invest and to fundraise money for, it's legal. You're allowed to be a Marxist. You're allowed stealing from people in reality. And that's what happened. And it's really sad. Like Antifa and all that. You see them in the streets, right? At the beginning, they're thugs that are breaking down windows and businesses of the black people themselves. They were so pissed off. This guy has a bakery. Black guy has a bakery. He's been there for 20, 30 years. And we had BLM people there destroying the bakery and stuff. It doesn't make no sense. It's all a myth. It's all the people that are there don't even know why they were protesting. It was just that racist people jumped on that fact. When they started talking about Floyd and everything, when he, the Floyd guy, and who was, had a criminal record and a whole bunch of things, they started politicizing that and turning things around. But what that did is that the really racist people against whites, then they sort of developed this sort of like as stupid as the KKK, right? I'm not going to hide it. Dumb whites, right? It's just ridiculous. It's a ridiculous show. We have all the blacks and whites all getting along together in businesses. I've had black bosses. I've been a boss of a black person. I've had a black person boss me. Never thought of the color. I base my judgment of somebody on the person, him or herself. The person is a good person and is not racist. Well, I don't care what your religion is. I'll be interested in it. You want to talk about your religion? No problem. I got no problems talking about different gods. Sure. I mean, we can get along, agree to disagree, accept the differences. And that's what I wish everyone was doing, but it's maybe I'm getting off the topic here. We went towards another way today, but it was an interesting conversation. I was like, the lost knowledge, love that one. The force is real. I believe that. Thank you. Yes. Trying to get to where I can go live. Hey man, go live on YouTube unless you have problems there. A whole bunch of you guys be checking out your channels. Josh, really appreciate you being here, man. All the help, the support, brother. You guys rock. Thanks, man. Thanks, Josh. Love you more, man. I'm pretty sure they said a lot of the UFOs can't be from Earth. They absolutely did. They talked about it, John Blight, of it being an adversarial country at the beginning. They go, we hope it's not a foreign country or an adversarial country that has come to being more advanced technologically, because that is their goal. The goal of defense and everything, and all the people working on that right now, is to maintain the superiority in technology and the superiority and technological advances of the United States of America. They want to do that and keep them in the forefront. And what's happening, they're thinking, well, maybe something happened to China now, or Russia's more advanced in the anti-gravity. I'm not going to hide it. That's what they're doing. Anti-gravity. The goal here on Earth is to invest all money to be able to have a UFO that can leave Earth and go to other planets and come back without having to launch anything off, right? Like, we don't have any advancement in that. When we go to space, we're going to space with a whole can of fuel. The boosters are coming off and everything. If everything doesn't go exactly the right way, they're not going to space, right? And all that fuel up there, can only imagine all the pollution now that we're going to be doing in space. Look, we left a few pieces off by the mission, the DART mission, which they were able to apparently divert an asteroid. We haven't heard of that since, right? James Webb Telescope got it. It took many days for us to see James Webb Telescope, and luckily they showed us a nice image of James Webb Telescope getting the star. It looks like it's a little asshole, just a tiny little thing that you could see, and it's like, it makes no sense. Beth, So happy our friends in Florida are safe. Been sending love and prayers for protection. Thank you, Bruce. Love you. Love you more, sis. Thank you so much, Beth. Yeah, and there are some deaths, and Fort Myers, Naples, and all that was horrible. I don't know how bad Orlando got hit. Obviously, I'm not there, but I was watching the live stream of the water accumulating and watching the speeds of everything in the water. So basically, you just see that it's pouring down water, right? Hurricanes lifting up water out of the ocean and is throwing it into Central Florida, and it's just pummeling Central Florida. Central Florida never, ever had that big of a storm, ever. I don't think it's ever been recorded. And it is pretty serious stuff. I hope everyone is safe there in Florida. That's for sure. Yeah, I can actually get along with Google Translate too. I learned a lot from it. There's some things that don't work on Google Translate, but you have to keep it at a minimum. You can't say like, I want to translate like, yo, sup, bruh. You're not going to be able to translate that. Hello, how are you, brother? Then they're going to translate it. But a lot of people go directly with translating words that sometimes it doesn't work. And I can tell because sometimes somebody in Spanish comes to my channel and lets me know that they really appreciate my vegetables. Well, thank you so much. And I go with it. I know they're not deliberately calling me a vegetable. Vegetables, they were thinking maybe UFOs or something. That's how it is. Thanks again, Beth. Thanks again, Josh. I'm repeating that one. All the good ones. Kane, Samuel, thanks so much, brother. Thanks, you guys, for being here. Good morning to you, Lisa B. Thanks again. Crane has lots of reports of UFOs. Yes, I heard it in the last few weeks. Absolutely. They are reporting. Thank you, Shiny Future, for us. They're reporting two types. One, absorbing all radiation in the area, while I thought was a strange thing to state at this point in a war. Isn't it odd? Isn't it odd for them to have mentioned that something is absorbing all the radiation in the area? Yeah, very right about that. Another thing, Russia has been installing these satellite dishes on the top of regular people's businesses and homes to be able to scramble all communications around those soldiers. So it's a frequency war, and that's what we're living in. We're really living in a frequency war. Very scary stuff. Hey, salut Sharon Lucas. Thanks again. Merci beaucoup. Bien apprécié, mes amis français. Thanks, Darla. Yeah, Peter. You guys check out his channel too, guys. Good friend of the channel, and he gets the sun, gets the moon, and has some amazing videos of trips. I loved I liked seeing him in the spa. It took 18 seconds to tell us a message without talking, and I heard every word that he was saying. Imagine that, bro. We work our butts off, all that, to be able to have a weekend every 2-3 months to go and relax in a spa. We're not asking for much, are we? I haven't even gotten the spa, as a matter of fact. I'd have to try to get to that one of those. Alone's not the same, It's going to overflow anyways if I get in one of those. Rational Mind Riot. Hello. Thanks for being here, you guys. Oliver Klein, thank you. Earth is only flat in Britain. Thanks, Oliver Klein. Carol West, how's it going? California Carol here with George. Hey, Carol and George, thanks so much, you guys. Love you guys. It's such a pleasure to catch you live. Thank you so much, guys, for listening in. I'm the one who's going to thank you guys. Marcia Claire, thank you. Dear friend, and thanks for the amazing comments. Appreciate it, you guys. Always the same amazing people that come back. Double Star says, I found your channel through. Hey, thanks for letting me know that. Thanks a lot. Yeah, and you've been here for a little while, and you've been a member too. And, you guys are really humble. You come here, support me, and you take off and don't ask for anything. I mean, it's amazing. You guys are really helpful. Can't thank you enough. Flat Earth ain't for this time as yet. I would believe that. I agree with you, Kane. When we deal with the wicked forces, then we go to that. Flat Earth, Tesla. Yeah, it'll come out at one point. And look at it the way you want. It's something that we've been talking about for hundreds of years. We hear about the explorers Ninta, Pinta, Santa Maria, and all the explorers, and Maisonneuve, and Chaplin, and Champlain, and Champlain. And did it really happen? Did any of them own boats going out there? Apparently, in our past, my friends, there's 250 to 325 years that would be missing. Of course, they say that during long periods of times, there are cataclysmic events. So that would be proof in itself where several hundreds of years people go, cannot find any information about technology or about cultures that lived for so long. And sometimes you can imagine, like right now, if there's nuclear wars and stuff like that, we lose the internet, we lose all our stuff. Well, we bring back out the Monopoly games and Connect Four and Battleship and Risk, all those boring freaking games that families fight with in reality. Wish your latest videos is freaking amazing. Thank you so much, MixMam. I appreciate that. I need the feedback, guys, and I really appreciate it a lot. Trust me. Thanks for your hard work, and thanks for the Friday discourse. Kent, love you, man. Thank you so much, you guys. The Master Work series by Kate the Artist. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, you guys. Rational Mind Right. Thanks again, brother. Ha, my haunted life. Finally, I get a notification. Not puff all YouTube. Bruh. Huh? They suck. But I felt a disturbance in the forest, so I had to check. So I'm here. Thank you so much, my haunted life. And thanks again for being here, for being a member, and for the amazing comments. Guys, I can't thank you enough for being a mod, for all the incredible support that you guys do. Trust me, it is so greatly appreciated. Kane, yep, Moon used as a soul harvest weapon. Yep, a lot of people say that. John Lear back in the day said that. And it definitely has to do with Earth. I think we have definitely something to do with the Earth. Boo Crew, thanks again. I know some of you, hey, thanks so much. I appreciate that. New member, thank you. And I know some of you are not even new members. Your members reoccurring and coming back. So if so, thank you very much. Boo Crew in the house. Thank you so much, Gabba Bees. Appreciate that, brother. Many answers on the moon and Antarctica. On the moon and Antarctica. Yes, and I think we're going to be seeing it a bit more and more. Evelyn Saba in the house. I love you, Evelyn. Thanks so much. Hi there, Bruce. Hi, everyone. Homesick with the flu. I hope you're feeling good. I'm going to send you loads of healing energy. I thought so. I said, a couple days. I said, Evelyn is too quiet. Something must be up. I'm wishing you guys lots of energy your way. And Evelyn, thanks so much for incredible, supportive, loving comments. Our friend Evelyn Saba from very beautiful New Zealand. Thanks so much for being here. Lots of changes in New Zealand too. I'm watching the news. Lots of stuff is going on. Damn right, sarcastic storage stacker. You're darn right about that. So happy my Florida friends rode the storm out and are safe. Absolutely. Do you think the elite were using HARP as a payback to DeSantis? Yeah, you've been following what DeSantis has been saying for the Martha's Vineyard thing. Love you all. Isn't that crazy? Hey, thanks again for becoming a member, Boo Crew, and everyone that is a member right now. Isn't it crazy, right? First, they start with the elites using HARP as a payback. That I wouldn't be surprised. They are controlling the hurricanes. And as a matter of fact, one person, Democrat, yesterday or the day before yesterday said, you should be voting for Democrats. And that way, the storms won't be so rough over Florida. What the hell are they talking about? Are they actually causing storms to go across Florida? I can imagine China is the one doing the hurricanes here, and us over here are the ones doing the earthquakes in Japan or China. It's all frequency wars, most likely what they're doing. DeSantis sends to, I call it Obama's Island, Martha's Vineyard. When you get there to Martha's Vineyard, high class, by the way, there are signs there welcoming immigrants and all races and nations to that area. So DeSantis just trying to send people anywhere, because obviously we have to, in the States, they have to pretend that it's a normal thing, letting 5 million effing immigrants and aliens come into, you know, uh, the country. I got some news for you guys that are waiting, little inside joke, news for you guys and gals that are waiting for an alien invasion. It's here. That was the secret. It was immigrant alien invasion. 5 million people. Why are they doing that? And more people are coming because people, hey, amigo, telephones, cards, air conditioning. And some of them didn't even want to go to Martha's Vineyard. They were already complaining, saying, I don't want to go here. I want to go there, somewhere else. One person complained. Remember the hotels that were scrapped by some immigrants? I'm not going to say where they're from. We all know. Okay. Because there are good people in Mexico, but the ones crossing over, dressed in camo, coming over at 2 a.m, it's like, are you not freaking out? What the hell? It's not somebody running away with their child there with tears in their eyes and only a little bag of bagged lunch. Nope. They're crossing over with their ID cards. They cross over the border, go right to the guichet, take out their money. I mean, hey, open house. Texas is in trouble. So sad. So they send people, I think 50 immigrants over to Martha's Vineyard, and then they're trying to blame DeSantis for everything in the book that is, low stuff, like trafficking humans is what they try to. But what about everyone else that's going everywhere else? It's so stupid. All the flights at night that the Pentagon and NATO and all this are doing, it's bit hush hush. Everybody knows that they're flying around immigrants. Everybody knows the Americans are paying for all of that, and Canada and France. That's what they're doing, going to get money from us all to be able to continue their silly endeavors. We are the higher beings made from the gods, or greater higher being. I like that. That is the creator of all. So you see, there's still a nice way of putting it. There is the creator. We were created. Absolutely. I agree with that, brother. Thank you, Mr. Peter Benton. Our friend Adam, Truth Finders. Lisa B, thanks again for being here. We are a left residue of a once cloned workforce. I would say that. Yep. They not look to us as a race. We long fighted for that. Yes, absolutely. Fought for it. Blood and tears, as our ancestors did. And it's like a recurring nightmare where we have to continually kill off our children every time. Like, what is it with that? It's crazy stuff. Yes. I've been having a lot of breathing problems this week and last week, and my mother too, and some family members. Be safe, Evelyn. So let me scroll down and see where everyone is now. So many comments. That's awesome. Caleb Benjamin, thank you very much. Siberia has my ship hidden there. Lots of ships there too. Let me guess, you're near one of those sinkholes that suddenly appeared with the edges all cemented and already formed. Didn't that freak anybody out? They go, hey, look, there's a sinkhole in Siberia. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, it's paved. It has cement all around it. What the hell is that? They just blocked them up. They blocked them up until they were going to need to use them. I don't think it has to do with the methane leaving Earth. It could be, because that's what they say caused those sinkholes. Very scary stuff. We started seeing it 3 years ago, right? Mountains is the first video I had ever seen 2 or 3 years ago of an island sinking, a piece of land. Have you seen that one, guys? It's the most impressive video I've ever seen. More impressive than any James Webb Space Telescope. You can see an island sinking, like immediately, like somebody pulled a plug in a bat. It was absolutely crazy. Incredible and crazy. Wow, I invented a new word. It was incredible and crazy. Hello, bonjour. Thanks, guys. Solarhead in the house. Thank you so much. Just got out of the tub, turn around, and the puppy decided to hop in and was drinking the bath water. That's not as bad as my coffee yesterday. Scalded my junk and stomach with the scalding hot microwave coffee. So yes, I'll be drinking cold coffee from now. I'm not responsible enough to drink hot coffee. Gosh, mustaches get annoying sometimes, eh? Friggin' hair all the time going upwards. I feel naked without it, but I've had it since I was 9. So, Holistic Media, greetings and high vibes from the UK. Always greatly appreciated high vibes. I felt it when you entered. Thank you very much. Looking, thank you. Oh, sure. Sorry, LQQ King. Sorry about that. Yep. That's why you're unbeatable, Kai. You have a spirit that just can't be beat. And you're funny as heck. Oh, he is. He's funny as hell, I would say. Yeah, you get some good ones out. Got some good Catholic jokes, too. Hey, Kai? Kane, November 5th, big changes. Remember the 5th of November. Thanks for that heads up. November 5th, big changes by then. Endgame. It ends here and now. We all feel it coming, I think, right? Like I look outside, I'm just waiting to see something that's going to be happening. The Queen died, so we're all waiting for the shit to come out, which we know there's a whole bunch of stuff that's going to happen. It's already happening on the sidelines, of course. We probably just don't know about it, but it's all happening on the sidelines. Bruce, I've sent you email about UFO. You didn't respond. So sorry about that, guys. I don't know what to say anymore. Again, this weekend, I'm going to empty all the messages, hundreds of thousands of messages. They're signing me up to the Reader's Digest, and they're signing me up to the KKK and some priest or brotherhood in Algeria, and there's the one in Somalia. They've inscribed me to a church where I'm ready to donate $1,000 a month. Please get in contact with me. Keep emailing me. The trolls are saying, so these are all trolls giving my name and passing off as me all around the world. You see some of the shit that I get back, man. You should see some of the stuff that I get back. Very, very funny, actually. Good one on you guys, and I'm sorry about that. Look into the Khazarian Mafia. That's where you will find a lot of answers. Yeah, I know them. I know them. And you're right. See, that's where I'm where you're at, Gate Smasher. Enough of the Mr. Nice Guys. Done being peaceful. I've been trained not to be peaceful unless exactly. I believe it. I hear you, man. Hoorah! That's how it is. That's how it is. I know there's a lot of smart military people out there that know exactly what the frig is going on. And the Mr. Nice Guy there, no, we have to stand up. We're losing rights to even take care of our own children in school, to have say on their genders now, because now it's your 4th grade or 3rd grade teacher, or even kindergarten teacher. It's going to decide, well, you have a little boy, but he has very feminine details. We're going to be cutting off his junk this afternoon. We'll give you a heads up, or they'll probably even send the kids home with the junk cut off and a little letter with balloons on the top saying C+ healing. That's how it is. If my kid was in school right now, he would have been taken out. My son wouldn't have had a school education. But you know what? I don't have a school education. I didn't learn anything there. I learned that the teachers were mean. That's what I learned in school. I had only mean teachers. Teachers that didn't care about the children. Thank you very much for appreciating the show, you guys. Thanks a lot, man. Paxamotake, Smart Talk, Bruce. Thank you, my friend. You said it. Trained from kindergarten to obey. That's how it is. We have to obey. I'm that silly, Kai. You see somebody cutting the grass in the rain. For me, it doesn't change anything. I don't find them odd, but everyone else will, because nobody does that. So when you do something that nobody does, it's weird, even though it makes sense. And it's true. That's how it is. They're trying to run, nowhere to hide. Many souls, many visits. 333. Yes, many visits. Absolutely. Many souls. It's just, I can't wait for it to hit the fan. I even said it to a family member this afternoon. I can't wait for the bad to happen, because the good's going to be coming after that. And a lot of you know it too. When we get to the bad part, it's because the good part is coming right after that. But well said, Lisa B. We only have 2 cheeks, and I'm not going to offer them 2 more. No, exactly. There's a limit there. And turn a cheek once, turn a cheek twice, turn it 3 times. Shame on you. I added that. I wouldn't do it. I'd stand up. Be like water. Well, hello there. Good evening, afternoon. I'm at work, just tuned in. What have I missed? Love to everyone. We missed a whole entire city having been built on the moon, bruh. That's what we missed. Lots going on in the news. China looking for a partner, and that's what we're going to actually get into right now. You scroll all the way down here. Lots of people here. That's awesome. Fortunately, I can never listen to all the messages, but I always try. Will do, mix ma'am. If study, am I going to get it? Yes, I got it. If study the Native American Indian teachings, you will know the story of man, stars, earth, and universe. It's exactly, I've done it myself. We've been around for a long time. We are the star people. Now, 100%. I agree with that. 100%. We definitely are from the stars. We have all our ancestors from the stars that we don't know about, but it's absolutely true. It's that little piece of our past that they took away from us. And again, that 200-300 years of cataclysmic events. Why do you think they have cataclysmic events? To bury shit. Why do you think the sands of time change places? Well, the sands are burying. You got to wonder how come the desert is filled with sand that is hiding cities underneath. Everything's planned. Everything's deliberately done. That's how it is. Masks wear to see how many would submit. Yep. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing. They're trying to keep people indoctrinated, keep them controlled. It's a bunch of bullcrap. That's what they're doing. I believe that 100%. It's all for control. And then at the same time, look what was happening with the stupid neighbors that were going outside saying, hey, how come you don't have a mask on? I saw a neighbor jogging with a mask on. I was hoping he was going to fall. Said, I hope he falls on his face. What an idiot. Jogging with a bloody mask on. She's freaking, it's crazy. Remember the weirdos in the restaurants that didn't understand what was going on? That's what we saw, the not normal people, where they cut slits in their masks. So when they smoked their cigarettes, looked like they still had their masks on. And people in restaurants eating with the mask slit. They brought their special mask for the restaurants. It's slit open. It's got orange stains on it and everything. It's so stupid. It is so stupid. Third day when they told us to put on masks, I already knew it was going to kill babies and it was going to harm our oxygen levels in our blood. Why? Because I took the time to read 2 articles, right? We have the FDA right now who is begging people, the chief of the FDA begging people, do not vaccinate the kids. And people are like doing the opposite. We have Pfizer and the other devils that are still allowing people to get V'd when in reality, Biden goes, pandemic's over. Did you see in the media the stupid questions people are And Biden was looking for Jackie, which she's dead. A woman in Congress lost her life in an accident. And he said, where the hell's Jackie this morning? He's wondering where Jackie is this morning. Do you think he even knows or remembers China or Russia unless somebody brings it up? He knows absolutely nothing. And it's very sad because they're taking someone with dementia that now has no control to see that he's being taken advantage of. We have his caretaker, Jill, who's basically telling him where to go and sit down afterwards. It's so sad. It's silly, actually. It's funny. Tar Palm Springs, hey, thank you very much. You guys we're so close. All of you guys in Florida I can't believe that you guys have to do that, to wait and wonder if my house is still going to be around. That makes no bloody sense. It's so scary that shit is going on in Florida like that, because this was something that was really drastically stronger than usual in the category. It did touch a category 5, and the reason why they didn't mention too much about the category 5, it was 1 mile an hour lower than the category 5. So it was there. It was category 5. It just pummeled down water and everything. Happy you guys are okay though. Bike Hub. Yeah. You said it, Steven. That's how they're indoctrinating people, brother. When you quit watching the TV, you are able to see what is really going on. I've done it. I've stopped watching television a long time ago. Absolutely. And it's true, because when you're watching the TV, it's the bull crap. The bull crap is out there all the time. And everything's the opposite. Everything is the opposite. Look at CNN and Smelter and all these assholes. They got caught lying. They got caught changing Roger Stone's a video of him. They manipulated a video and they added lies to the video. If you're looking at me as a channel or the news, if once you see a guy, me or anyone, come up with a fake video trying to pass it off as real, and they tell you it was just a silly joke afterwards, unsubscribe from them, because they're bullshit liars and they're going to do the same thing to you over and over again. CNN, MSNBC, all these idiots that are there, and they're all losing their jobs, eh? See that Don Lemon, little tears? He's out of there, losing everything. Smelter, they take out Smelter, Humpty Dumpty, to go bring him over to be a Harvard teacher. Okay, so these leftists get dibs on everything when you think of it. Nobody has an education, though. Nobody has an education. I am so sick of looking at Congress and hearing them say, answering questions, right? Like from Ted Cruz to another guy I'm disappointed in now. We're finding out things that are coming out from these people, these buggers. They're so hypocritical. So hypocritical in Congress. The things that they say, just they don't want to answer questions. Well, Biden said the pandemic is over. Jackie's talking about Jackie and she's dead. Why is he bringing up Jackie? And you have that other lady that's there, right, who replaced the redhead, Psaki, or Packy, whatever you want to call her. Okay. And she's saying the reason why Biden was looking for Jackie is because she was of conversation. She was of conversation. That's their excuse, you know. So you got people looking at the news and they believe word for word what the news are saying. They turn around and they believe that people that are the smart ones are actually the ones that are indoctrinated. It's the world's upside down, but it's the government doing that. The government is going to change your neighbor's perception. If he wants you to change, he's going to try to reach your mother. If he wants your mother to change, he's going to try to reach you, so that you yourself are going to change your family's opinions on it. How many of us fought inside of families when it came time for the V's? A very, very controversial subject. Me, I didn't want to have anything to do with it. My family either, but it's just those different levels of understanding of where we're at. It's poison. No, it's not. They're not going to do that. And it's just a fighting in the families, so that my family is awake. They're smart. But still, I have some family members that had to take the effing jab because they would lose their jobs. So we are weak. but as a race, we're weak. But it's not our fault. We're indoctrinated, and the system makes us do those things because we're worried about our children. We're worried about repercussions with the law and everything. But in reality, we're seeing the military and police stations disagreeing with the government, and that's a very good sign, because it's signed that they're going to be the leftist idiots are going to get out, and the normal regular people are going to re-show up at one point, and that's what they have to do. They have to dismantle the FBI and the CIA, and to reconstruct that entirely with people that are chosen by American civilians through elections and researching. But that's not how it's done. There's nothing real. Everything's rigged, right? Why go vote? Everything's rigged. Barb Weist, another awesome channel that I like going to. Thanks so much, Barb Weist. Thanks again, Scott. Brian Carpenter, thanks, man. Betty Zoom, Canada in the house. Thank you very much, my Canadian fellow neighbor. Busy at work, our friend Adam. Truth Finders, Abby Normal. Hello. Be normal. Love it. Duh. Are you dying me? Don't you dare. Men can't have children. Well, yes, if they take a child from a woman, kidnap it, and pretend they had it. No, you can't. I don't care how lucky you think you are. It's not going to happen. Men can get pregnant now. Beard to beard in the image, oh my God, it makes me hilarious. No, you can't. It's not like we're not birds and certain animals that are able to change their sex. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. You're a bird. Your name's Gary. The other bird's name is Ben. You're stuck in a cage with Ben. And Ben starts looking cute. You start liking his wings and color and stuff. And it's like, birds do that. Other animals can do that. Some animals can inseminate themselves, but no, not men. All because of chromosomes. Different chromosomes in women, different chromosomes in men. Two unique, different beings, right? Human being with a penis or human being with a vagina. Those are the only two we have. You can dress it up, and you could like add some salad into that. You could have a wig and earrings, and you could have a football shoulders on that, and a mini skirt and work boots. Hey, no problem. You're still a man. You see, that's where my comedy side, if I was a comedian, and I am, to do stand-up, would be only to talk about those situations and events. We'd talk about the racism. I'd be talking about Muslims. I'd be talking, because I think there's a lot of funny points to it. There's little points that certain cultures and religions don't accept that other people say, and I just think it's funny. It's funny bringing it up. Anyways. Yes. They really are sick. Oh, yes, they are sick. And they're continuing to do more and more of their sick stuff. But the scary part is that it really is a satanic cult. So even though a lot of people don't believe that anymore, that's the goal. The goal is to master your craft, but to be better than everyone else, to be the most devilish person in your life. And that's what the elites do. That's their goal. If you're a billionaire in this lifetime, you're indoctrinated to be part of that. See, that Brian is like a poll that I would like to put up. Men can't have children. Yes, no. But they take down the polls, and they cause people to come less to my channel when I mention those things. But and again, it's just our opinions. We could be wrong, right? There could be another gender that it would remain hidden, but it would be something that's not related to a vagina or a penis. You could have something else like of a penis or something, or or a vagina, or whatever the hell. I don't care. Actually, how another way I look at it is that I don't really want to know what's between your legs and in your pants, because it's not going to change me being able to have lunch with you or to work with you, depending on if we're on a tripwire or something. I'm not going to get into that. But, thank you, Darla. That is my address. If you guys want to send me some space parts or send me some death threats or no anthrax, just send me anything you guys want to send me through the mail. I was once a man trapped in a woman's body that I was born. Yeah, that's literally. Good evening and bye. Wow, are you my ex? Did anyone see the rainbow I captured? Amazing, huh? Is it in your pockets? Where is it? I didn't see. I'll have to check that out. I have not seen it. Bruce getting sassy. Elliot, Cardi, thank you very much for being here. There was no gas flowing through the Nord Stream to pipeline when they bombed it. It was another trap. It was another trap. That is also very true what you're saying. We're seeing the bubbling gases, okay, supposedly gas that's bubbling up and becoming clouds actually going up to the surface and into the sky. But in reality, Elliot, you're right about something. They've never been activated yet, including the one wasn't activated and also the second one. That's also true what you said. Again, a trap, a false flag or something they're doing. You're right about that. But we are seeing in the Baltic Sea something occurring, right? Whether it be UFOs that are coming up from the depth of the core of Earth, I don't know. But there's definitely something going on. But yeah, and the next day, Sweden or whatnot, they came up with their own pipeline. They even had the inauguration, cutting the ribbon and opening it up for the first time. No more problems. So that means all this stuff was definitely planned ahead. Oh, that sounds like someone I recognize. Indians, Schmindians, sure. Damn right, we're all Indians. It's like the first man that was here was the Indian, and people are like, nope, I'm not Indian. I was a descendant of that white pale guy on the island. The white pale guy. You got black people that are white people that come from Africa, that African background, because there was an African in their family, mother, father, aunt, whatever. That happens. That's how it is. We're just making beautiful people. We're so mixed up. We have Indians. I have Indian blood. Cree. I have lots of different things. German blood on my father's side. Yeah. German blood. That makes me a warrior, eh? Bit of Scottish in me too, for some arguments. Perfect. We really are all mixed. And I think the first person that was here, we should give them dibs on having been here and be proud that they were here. Really is, Brian. Propaganda everywhere. It's very sad. Yeah, Bobby. There's lots we don't know about, eh? There's lots of people don't know about in other countries, like Afghanistan, Iraq and the Gulf War, the Desert Storm War, everything that happened. People don't really know about what's going on the other side. We have always the bloody propaganda that's telling us everything. You see, before the war started in Ukraine, they were already talking about it, already trying to pull people to one side. There's only one thing that I saw in that war and that I'm still seeing is that there are civilians being hurt. And yet people are just saying, well, it's Russia doing it. No, it's Ukraine themselves doing it because they're Nazis and they're doing that and they're targeting civilians. Probably, but all I know is that it's always the innocent people that are the ones that are in crap. Because every time there's a war, that's what they do. Russia's goal is to starve us out of our houses so that Americans' government will change. Why not just freaking bomb them? Why don't you just blow them up instead of coming to the people? I never understood that. Go to the moon. The whole lot of you asshole, idiotic elites, go to the moon. Bombard yourselves from there. As a matter of fact, use the biggest nuclear bombs you want to use. We will love filming you dying on the moon because humans here are peaceful. And that's the only way we should advance ahead. Free energy. We should all be working together. We should, in all the countries, we should be producing food. We should be producing construction, ways for us to build. We should find better ways instead of using wood, instead of using this and that. But they're changing things for nothing, things that they don't have to change, like CO2. CO2 is not harming Earth. If we don't have CO2, we're not going to live. Trees won't either. It's stupid. Instead, we get rid of the trees, put a carbon tax up on someone. As a matter of fact, our silly friend Justin Trudeau, who thinks he's running Canada, used a plane this year to go so many times around the world, which is equivalent to, I think, 20 or 30 people throughout an entire year, just one elite. So we have a handful of elites together that are using the carbon of thousands of people, when in reality, thousands of people are not damaging anything, right? You mean to tell me they're going to charge me $7 more because I want steak? That is so stupid. I'm not going to stop eating steak and bacon because of it. I don't care how expensive it gets. Yes, absolutely. Stephen, that is something important actually, because people don't do that, right? When people talk about China, they go, oh, friggin' China, Chinese people. Why say that? Okay, it's the government. Well, it's the same thing with the states. The government are scum and not the people. It never is the people, like in Ukraine, like in Russia. The people are always the innocent ones. Of course, some of them are a little silly and they're getting indoctrinated and they're buying into the propaganda. But just because they're good people, the grandmothers don't want to believe that their kids left their homes in Russia to go defeat the Ukrainian civilization there of innocent people. They don't want to believe it. But often we're responsible for this. Often we brush things off. We see a kid fighting with his parents. Oh, I hate it when people are mean with kids. We'll change streets. In reality, we have to have open eyes. You have to have your eyes open for all the kids in the neighborhood. And I realized that I almost lost my job because of that. Talking about with my boss for the first time, I took over someone's bus run, explaining that the little girl said that bus driver is gone. She's sad because he was my boyfriend. Okay, it could still be the little girl that has a crush on an adult, but it wasn't. It was something that it was a little secret of her and the bus driver. I got mad. I talked to my boss about it, and she said, well, if we're wrong, we can be in big trouble. And it made me sick that she didn't care about the kids. She didn't care about the kids that she's driving around. She cares about the drivers, what they look like and what they're doing, but they don't care about the kids, because you have to be an adult, an eye for a kid that's not at home. If you're bus driving, if you're a taxi driver, you should be protecting kids, right? That's how it is. Like the Vatican, there's another place. Yes. Rational Mind Riot. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Mike Smith in the house. Man, thank you so much, Paki. Samotaki. Love that one name. Mike Smith. Bruce is all. Just wanted to pop in and say hi and hit the thumbs up. Mike Smith, thank you for being here and for the amazing comments, bro, and all the amazing support you guys are giving here. Again, met Mike Smith, if I'm not mistaken, on Super Dave's channel. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm starting to meet people on different channels and stuff, and I think it's awesome. Mike Smith, thanks a lot for being here, man. Scott Greenberg, welcome, brother. Thank you so much. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate it, you guys. Yeah, wonderful day so far. So far. Hatsuchi here. Thank you. Welcome. And of course, we talked so much about interesting things, even though we didn't talk about the space news. I'm still happy we talked about what we talked about. It feels good a little bit to express ourselves on that side. It's almost near impossible to be able to talk about stuff. I guess the rules and laws for What we can talk about COVID has changed on YouTube. I'm not taking many chances all the same. Space news. Guys, NASA and SpaceX are talking about going to study the possible private Hubble servicing mission. They want to raise it back up into orbit with probably a rocket going there and some astronauts, or however the hell they're going to do that, tow it to get it back up into orbit so they can continue their second phase of the Hubble mission. This information just came out on the 29th or the 30th today, and I think it's very interesting. So NASA and SpaceX to study the possible private Hubble servicing mission. As part of an unfunded Space Act agreement, NASA and SpaceX will look at the potential of using a Dragon spacecraft to reboost or even service the Hubble Space Telescope. Hawaii. NASA and SpaceX announced September 29th, so it was the 29th. Just briefly share this with you. They will study a concept to send a Crew Dragon spacecraft to reboost and possibly service the Hubble Space Telescope to extend its life. In a briefing called on several hours' notice, NASA and SpaceX officials, along with billionaire private astronaut Jared Isaacman, have to look into him, guys. A billionaire private astronaut, Jared Isaacman, maybe he's the one doing the mission to Venus, announced an unfunded Space Act agreement to explore the possibility of at least reboosting Hubble's orbiting using a Crew Dragon spacecraft. The agreement came after SpaceX approached NASA about the concept. We want to know what the possibilities are. And this is Zerbukin. What is it with the Z's? Every Z family name, they're all psychotic mad scientists. Zuckerberg, Zuckerman, NASA Associate Administrator for Science. Sorry. Commercial partnerships we have opened the door to new and exciting opportunities for NASA science and tech exploration by offering new ideals and innovative ways to support them. That was an interesting one. We have the Senate that confirms Saltzman as next chief of the U.S. Space Force. So I hope he's a good one. Lieutenant General Saltzman. So he likes salt. He's probably going to mine salt on the moon. Senate confirms Saltzman as next chief of the U.S. Space Force. That's another thing I don't like too much, that they're changing chiefs and the ones operating at Space Force and NASA every single 6 months to a year. They're taking them out. Trump, the one that was there at NASA during Trump, they're all gone, include Bidenstein or Frankenstein, whatever his name was. He's not there anymore because when a Democrat or a Republican wins the election, everything changes. There's Democrats in NASA now, all of a sudden. When Republicans are there, all of a sudden, everyone at NASA is a Republican. You can see it's like a fake shit show that they're doing, is the way I look at it. Saltzman succeeds General John J. Raymond, who is retiring after 38 years of service. So there's a little problem. He's been there for 38 years, even though the Space Force opened up a couple of years ago. Okay. So now Saltzman, I don't know anything about this guy, Lieutenant General. All I know is he's military and looks like a badass. And I don't think it's going to go too good. Maybe I shouldn't be saying that, but there's talk about them militarizing space. And that's exactly what is happening. Very, very troubling. Biden nominated Saltzman. So right off the bat, I don't like him. On July 27th, the Senate Armed Service Committee held a confirmation hearing September 13th. The committee sent the nomination to the Senate September 22nd. So Saltzman succeeds John J. Raymond, who is retiring after 38 years of service. Another good one. Here they're saying, where is it? Studying requirements for cislunar space domain awareness. The South Korea seeks $32.9 million to launch satellites grounded by Russia sanctions. So we're going to have possibly China, North Korea. They're going to be against the States and Russia. But, I don't know with what's going on with Taiwan and everything. So where else? So where did they say? Where's the good one I wanted to share? Oh, a NASA and Astro Modified Tropics launch contract. There's a lot of changes in some of the contracts that they're doing. Where is it? Looking for China. Yeah, that was sort of a good one. China seeks new partners for lunar and deep space exploration. So what's happening, guys? This was put out just on September 28th. China's partner, Russia, not mentioned during Space Congress in Paris. China's looking to build partnerships for its upcoming missions to the moon and deep ventures into the solar system. I don't want them venturing anywhere off this planet, while omitting mention of main partner Russia. Why would they do that? Chinese space officials presented a range of opportunities for international cooperation in the country's plans during a session at the International Aeronautical Congress, IAC, in Paris on September 21st. Wang Qiang of the Lunar Exploration and Space Engineering Center under the China National Space Administration stated that China was open to proposals for its Chang'e 7 lunar South Pole landing and orbiting mission. That's not what I wanted to read, though. This is very important. It's always like this every time maybe it's not the right space news I'm on. Let me see. That was something pretty trippy that I wanted to share with you all. I do believe it's here. It's not. Hang on here. Sorry, everyone. I do want to share this part of information with you all. Where is it? Seeks new partners. NASA selects to work and launch. Okay. One last chance. Until I start coughing. Maybe here. Let's see. Are we in the right place? Okay, so I'm just going to give up on everything. Too bad. Well, I'm just going to go by what I remember and talk straight up using my own language and my own voice. And so they're worried about space becoming militarized. Everything that China does in space and Russia, Americans are watching. And vice versa. Everything US is doing in space, you have China and Russia watching. So how come we can't get along here on Earth? But as for a landing, why the hell is China also going to the southern pole? The same place NASA is going to be landing, because they're there. It's a fight to get to who's going to find whatever's there on the moon, I think. And they're dishing out some old information and documents and declassified documents that are talking about all of that. Is it going to be a revelation? I don't know. I think they're laughing at us. We have China that told us that they found a house, a hut, a building literally on the moon, and they didn't give us any information. They told us they were only 260 bloody feet away, that it was going to take 3 months for them to get closer, and they never spoke about it. It's all just a scam or joke to piss off the Americans and the Cold Wars. Everything's coming back. We're in the space wars now. Same thing as the wars and the race to get to the moon that they were doing back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Sputnik 1 took images of the dark side, and then supposedly, well, the Americans, they were the first to land on the moon and something. Maybe none of this is real. Maybe they didn't even land on the bloody moon. We know that how they land was never shown to the public, and we had the astronauts themselves telling us that. So who knows? That's right. Not like back in the day. That's where our technology went. Back up 20, 30 years, we had the big dials on the televisions. Then they came out with the little digital buttons. Cool. The ones that don't work, like the one doesn't work, the two works, the three doesn't work. Like telephones. Imagine going to space with that technology. You're sitting in there. All right, enter. The enter button doesn't work. We're going to crash. We're far from being an advanced race. Even though they're saying that we are an advanced race. Well, Bruce, there we go. Listen to the voice. Not a great feeling here in Finland atmosphere. The government is acting war crazy, yet most of us little people are absolutely, yeah, little people, the big people, big little people, right, are absolutely flabbergasted by their actions. It's going to get ugly in more ways than one. And you just said a lot there, Vera. Welcome. Thank you very much. So kind of you to stop by. And that's exactly right. So you said it in a very low key way, which is good. Like, I mean, in reality, you're not stupid and you know it's going to cause a revolution. And when people get up, they're going to be effing mad. They're going to be really, really mad. We're seeing it all around the world. And that's what they're doing now. When a big revolution happens in the United States or in Canada, and it will, I promise you, they're going to scramble out what's going on, like they did with the Ottawa protests. I had friends in the States asking me to send them links of what was going on because they weren't able to locate the Ottawa protests, which is crazy, guys. We had like 25,000 people at one point out there all in one place, filming and live streaming and everything, and nothing. There was nothing on YouTube because that's what they do. They're hiding all that truth from everyone. They're worried about militarizing space. China's watching every move from NASA. NASA, the same thing. I mean, it's not going to be good. And they're trying to. You're going to tell me it's not China trying to shoot down James Webb? They totally hate themselves, and it's a jealousy of who's going to be the first to broadcast that they did this. Oh, James, look how stupid it is. The Artemis 1 project, which they weren't able to get up, by the way, which is now only at the end of October, by the way. The last launch date was September 22nd, 2022, and now they're going to back that up to October because of the tropical storm and Ian, obviously. But it's just a bunch of lies. They're not telling any truth about anything. James Webb is already in pieces. They already have broken mirror and a layer over the mirror. They're not even able to use the infrared now anymore. I think there's only certain spectrums that they can use because that's how it is. You're going to tell me it's not China out there trying to bomb them down? That's what they do. They're only raising money and funds from the people so that they can maintain superiority power in military and in technological advances. They want to be the ones that are most advanced to make motors, most advanced for electrical motors, most advanced for anti-gravity, and it's going to be a continual fight, okay, until they all die off or until a cataclysmic event comes here. But even after that cataclysmic event, they'll be rounding us up in trucks. They're always going to have the head over us for sure. But people that are awake, and like some of you said before, if you're not watching television and you're awake, I'm awake enough now that I can watch television. I'm still going to know what's going on, but there's subliminal messaging in televisions. There really is. And even the people that are awake are going to be subliminally challenged. I don't know if that's a real term, but I'm going to be using that, which is true when you think of it. I want to thank everyone so much for having taken the time to stop by the channel. It's already 3:00. Betty Zoom, actually, I had aloe vera plant that bled. I never had one before. Told my mother-in-law. She told me to take it to the university, but I never did. Wow, that bled? Interesting. When it bleeds, the white milk is apparently healthy and saves you. You see them in the jungles, and they start chewing on this weed or something, and they stuff in the hole all the aloe vera plant and everything that they spit into this guy's arm. And the technology of healing with even mushroom. Just talking about the other day with my mother, the mushrooms, the turkey, whatever mushroom or something like that. There's a lot of mushrooms that are good out there to help and cure and heal even cancers. We don't know about that part. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Voynich manuscript. It's an old book that supposedly has different languages. I've looked at the whole book, different language that is completely unknown, and hundreds, if not thousands, of pages, all drawn by hand of different vegetation that doesn't exist anywhere here on Earth, or that we have no recollection or information about those plants having ever existed. So there are a lot of secrets being kept from us. And one of them, I believe it's just that. It's the natural remedies. The Indians all knew this. Okay. They studied every single one. You can be sure they knew what killed you and what didn't. I know what heals certain things, what heals certain ailments, you know, everything from mushrooms that make you hallucinate to mushrooms that are just tasty and good or help you medically. It's the knowledge. We lost that knowledge. I'm not going to say it, am I? We lost that knowledge. Like, people think that if you go back in the days, like we used to do with the horses and everything, it'll be easy. We'll just revert back. It's not going to be easy. People living today with the technology, including me, have no idea what reverting back to 100 years ago is. It's not because you're a good camper and you were able to endure a week in the woods. You know, how are you going to feel after 3-4 months or 3-4 years living in the, primitively, without electricity and without everything? Lots of it's coming. Grip Ripper, thanks for being here, man. Yes, he is. I agree with that. 100%. There's a whole bunch of interesting things Neil deGrasse says, but there's a lot of bullshit that he says. And I don't agree with him on a lot of things, what he says. And of course, you could tell that he's also one trying to hide the truth about aliens. You know, Michio Kaku is another one now, for the first time, is actually admitting, hey, alien objects are out there. Something's happening. They're changing all of this. Julie, thank you so much. Hey, Awesome Moon Man, we've seen an object in the west sky. Thank you. It was big, moved faster than anything we have, and looked translucent a few nights before hurricane. That's always scary. And that's the thing. If they're sucking up water, I'm starting to wonder, if they're really sucking up water with these ships, hurricane could pass off for a UFO, right? I mean, in general, I'm talking in theories. They could be hiding a whole bunch of stuff. For real, be hiding a whole bunch of stuff. Thank you, Julie. Jamie, Hillier Rubis, thank you very much for being here. When 10.5 million slaves on Mars already, I see it as unlikely the moon will hold any real significance. But who knows what the MSN will spin? No pun. No, exactly. Well, we do know that on the moon, there are structures there and there are UFOs leaving it. I've proven that, along with maybe many other people, but I don't know them. And the proof is that the moon is either inhabited or actively visited by some type of researching intelligent being. For whatever the reason they're there, there could be a whole other race that's there that can't fly. Like, imagine just primitive humans with horse and buggies, all Mennonites down on the surface. They're not going to see much appearing except for smoke. Christy Lindsay, it always does. You bet I'll be watching the sun right now, and that's where I'm going. Christy, I love you. Thank you so much. And Patreon soon. The weekend's coming. I've been so busy this week. I got a lot of things out of the way. The court's out of the way now with the neighbor. That was something that was stressing me out very much, because I don't trust the criminal system, the justice system, and not in Canada, not anywhere. You go to court, it's a give or take situation where you can get out of it or not. The guy that was attacking here and that threatened me and my family is out, never went to jail. So, look at it the way you want. Lise, thank you for being here. The Unknown in the house, thanks a lot. Before I get off here, try to say hello to some more people. Elliot says that's why the Baltic Sea pipeline went online the next day. Yeah, literally, dude, the next day. I saw it. I saw the announcement. They're saying, oh, wow, luckily we have it. I am happy they have it, but it's like the day before it was like sabotaged. And then like less than 24 hours after that, they have the pipeline not just in progress, they have it ready and functional. So was it deliberate? Damn right it was deliberate. Something was deliberate. Yes, absolutely. Always a good idea. The last time I unboxed a Celestron, my friend, my magical moments started. I was able to see YouTube. No, that's not what I wanted to say. I was able to see UFOs on the surface of the moon. The first time I shared that I was going to use a telescope, I remember cutting my own narration off and saying, guys, the first thing that's going to happen, with positivity too in my voice and like looking arrogant, I said, we're going to go up on the moon and I'm going to show you guys now. We're going to see those freaking UFOs a lot closer. We're going to see a lot more of them. And that's exactly what happened. And then when that happened, people started saying, whoa, wait a minute. What type of scope do you have? What's your focal length? Guys, telescopes see billions of kilometers out into space, no matter what the size of your telescope. You can see at billions of miles. You could see this big at billions of miles, and you can see this big at billions of miles, but you can still see that light from very far away. As a matter of fact, the naked eye can see billions of miles. It wouldn't make any sense that we could not. If you're looking at a star in Andromeda and you see that star with the naked eye, you're looking at billions of miles from you, many, many, many light years away. So telescopes can see very, very far away. That's my French channel, guys. If ever you do have any friends that speak French, or you know someone that speaks French that could maybe be interested in the channel, I have my French channel, and you can check that out. We have Spanish friends. I have a small Spanish channel approaching 1,000 now. Imagine. And I even have some Russian videos here. Even though we're not allowed posting any more of them, imagine the Russian people are not allowed being here. Little arrogant, isn't it? But that's how people are. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate that, bro. Peter Benton says, great stream, bro. Bruce, go check my channel when you get a chance for sure. You've missed some. Bye for now, everyone. Yeah, I will. No, I still have to catch up for sure. And at the same time, hopefully others will do the same. Peter, Kelly, everyone, thanks, guys, for the amazing support to this channel, bro. Thank you so much. The comments on my English and French channel. Peter, I love you for it, man. Good stuff is happening now. Peter was like, I want to do a UFO video, but I want to be sure it's a real UFO. And he was expecting that he wanted to see a light. He saw one a couple weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, or a neighbor saw it, triangles, and he wanted to see it. And then all of a sudden, well, whoops, some really cool shit started happening. He got some cool captures. So check out his channel. I want to thank each and every one of you for having stopped by this channel and for being here, guys. Thanks for contributing by commenting and for liking the videos. I have a lot of comments to do this afternoon. And Christy, I'll be filming the sun to get the sun up for you guys. The sun is bad, but it might not look really bad when you look at it. But I will get a view up for you all today. I'm going to go do that actually right now. Colorful stars pulsating. There we go. That's what I think of your pulsating stars, Gina. It's unreal, eh? The advertising for one certain channel, for those 3 channels, have always continued over the years. You know, people that dance with dust. Not even gonna get into it. I see it as they drained out Earth of every mineral or oil to keep it together. We are in trouble. So now they will go drain another. That's exactly hit Betty Zoom. It makes perfect sense. They'll be mining on the moon. They're going to be doing anti-gravity experiments there. And they're going to have a nuclear facilities. And, you know, it's always the same crap. Same crap, different planet is exactly what's happening. George CC, thank you so much. Hey, bro, this man now. Bro, the man now. Are you from Sweden? I love your show, brother. No. Is that what did I read that right? No, I'm not from Sweden. No, not from Sweden. Would love to visit it, but I'm just hearing all that news right now of what's going on. And I saw in Sweden they just launched the opening and, you know, the ceremony to be opening these things. But I'm following a lot of the whistleblowers that are talking about Nord Stream. I'm anxious to see what NATO is going to do, what's going to happen, to see Putin's reaction. Don't forget, there was an assassination attempt on Putin's head just a couple of weeks ago. So things are definitely getting interesting. One last comment here. The unknown. Actually, I was going through some files of mine that I've had for years. I don't know how true or real, but it says humanity was created by extraterrestrials. Me, I believe that 100%. Definitely believe it 100%. Maybe we are the extraterrestrials. That's the scary part. Like, for example, maybe that's true, which I honestly think it is, but we could be those extraterrestrials, or the kids of them. In other words, the not too bright, smart ones, the ones that are good workers here. Why do they have us working on this planet? It's not so that we can support our food. It's not for us. There are maybe exports. Have you ever heard of exports? Yeah, maybe exporting to the moon some food, maybe some wood planks to the moon. That's where I'm at. Badger Girl 302, thanks so much for being here. Sorry if I missed you guys. Real quickly, Stephen A. Hey, brother, Bruce, brother eyes to the sky. Thanks, man. The amazing support, Stephen A. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, some stuff is pretty scary in there. Absolutely the unknown. Poland, MCM. Mekem, thank you very much. Poland, another beautiful country. Another country that a lot of people are talking a lot about. I hope everything's okay. But like in the past, like today, we heard about the Polish people and Poland in the wars, the first wars, and we're going to hear about them probably in this wars again. But things are going to be different, guys, this time. I don't think they're going to get us. They're going to try to turn us off instead of being able to manipulate us with the pandemic. But be strong, Poland, and thanks for connecting, you guys. People from Poland here, that's pretty amazing. Really lucky. Zenit, merci, thanks. Lisa B, everyone for the generous contributions. Thank you so much. Mods, everyone, I am going to get off right now, but I promise I'll be back in 5 hours. In 4 hours and 45 minutes, I'll be back here at 8 o'clock with more thorough explanation of the news, or we'll just keep talking about what we're talking about. It was interesting. So there he is there. Miss you do. Okay, no, it's not miss you do Kaku. Miss you, Kaku. Nice to see you again on live after losing shift work I had. How are you, Bruce? I'm doing fine, my friend, and thanks at the same time. Really appreciate you guys taking the time to come check the channel. We're a good family online now. Thanks, brother. And I love you all so much. I'll talk to you all very, very soon. Stephen Rawls, if the bad outnumbered the good, there would be nothing left. That is true. You're absolutely right about that. You're dead right about that. And a lot of people don't feel that there's any good left on earth. There's more good than evil. And it's a good thing, you know. Be the yin and the yang, or the yang and the yin. So I much prefer be the yin and the yang, if that makes any sense. Thanks, everyone. I'll talk to you all really, really soon. If you want comments answered, I go through the videos and I answer comments from A to Z on the videos because I don't get that many comments. So if you're here and you want to interact with me or talk to me or share your theories and opinions on my research, feel very comfortably to do so. And I promise to get back to you all. Thanks again, guys. Talk to you all soon. And I'll be here all afternoon, both filming outside and answering comments. And I'll be on Patreon this weekend, guys. Thanks for the amazing support. Bye-bye for now. Thanks, everyone.